Anyway,
Okay, so Brandy, before you jump in here, I hit the recording and we're just going to make this part of the show because that's the way we roll. Welcome everybody to Event Ensemble. The people are still coming in this morning and we're happy to have you join us. And I just asked Brandy about Felicia's recent Reels training. And I would like to know now, Brandy, how did that go?
it was pretty darn awesome. We had a super small group, so it was very intimate, which made doing the hands-on piece of it extremely beneficial. So we went through what reels are and why they're important, and that even though it seems like it's spontaneous when you're watching them, the good businesses that use them actually have a strategy behind it. So we talked all about that and the reasoning, and then we talked about how to do batching so that you can get quite a few done in just a little bit of time. And then we did hands-on. So we all recorded some reels and we all figured out like all of the technical side of it. And it was actually kind of fun. So yeah, so it was actually really fun. So I haven't posted any yet, but that's okay. I'll get there.
You'll get there. All right. Well, thank you for the update on that. I have to confess, I had a vested interest in knowing how that turned out because I have a handful, in other words, not a lot, but a handful of Event Ensemble members who are asking about returning to in-person meetings. And I know that that event was an in-person meeting. And so I was curious as to how well it was attended or not.
Like I said, we didn't advertise it very much. So I think that might have been part of our smaller count. But even if we hadn't had the smaller account, the space we were in, so we were at the Views at 55th Place out in Mesa, gorgeous event space. They have two of them. It's actually pretty darn amazing. But the way that the workshop was designed is that it was designed for you to be as close and comfy as you wanted to be. So if you wanted to be comfy and right there with us, you could be. And if you wanted to sit a little bit further away and still be part of the presentation, you could do that as well. But nobody seemed to have any problems that attended, and we were all close and comfy. As far as I know, we're all vaccinated. So, I mean, that helps, but I mean, but we didn't make a thing out of it and it was great. So
there was no friction about meeting in person versus why don't you do this online?
No, the only people we had requests to do online was either it was too far or they had a conflict. This would not have worked online because of the hands-on piece of it. We recorded the workshop piece of it, but the super benefit was the hands-on. Let's record these right now so you can see how it works, and you push the buttons on your phone and you make it work. So the workshop piece could have been done online, and we did record it. And if anybody wants it, you just need to reach out to either Felicia or I, and we'll see what we can do about getting it for y'all. But the hands-on piece would have been the piece that was missing. But yeah, that's the only request we had. We didn't get any pushback on not comfortable going to in-person events yet. Not interested in this. Like that isn't where the pushback came from. It was just more of a conflict of schedules, or just that's a far drive. It was far for me too. I admit it. But
Jeryse, it's not that far for us, is it?
Like I said, it was for me. I was in the car for over an hour each way. It's all right. I mean, we all make choices about where we live, and I choose to live in basically East LA.
That's okay. They say that I live in North Tucson. So
there you go.
You
so like I make choices, but I also don't mind the drives because that's when I catch up on podcasts. But yeah, no, the workshop was great. And I think we're going to do it again, but we'll do it in the spring when things aren't quite as hot and hectic.
Okay, well, that's greatly appreciated. And you noticed that you posted it multiple times in the Event Ensemble group page, and I was happy to have you do that, which is just a reminder. I think that Deborah posted something in the group page as well that she was doing. We are a community that wants to help everyone grow, build their business, including the extra things that they do. And so we're happy to have you do that, Brandy. And just remind Felicia that she's welcome to do that as well. Sometimes I let people know, or I remind them, that we don't want it to become excessive. And fortunately, nobody in this room today does that. So we're good to go. Speaking of excessive, I think that's David Hepburn's middle name.
Why?
That was his cue. I thought for sure he'd be ready to roll. Mr. Professional, unmute yourself, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. I just wanted to take a minute to mention that October 4th starts the final quarter of the year. And I've been running an accountability group all this year. And we have about 10 regular people, which leaves us room for 5 more. And we meet every week. In addition to meeting every week, every member gets a 15-minute coaching session that week. And basically, we take your 12-month goals and get them done in 12 years. It's called Accountability Implemented.
Help him out there, will you,
12
Jeryse?
weeks. We get those accomplished in 12 weeks.
Exactly, yes. And the reason I wanted to mention is because Jeryse has been a wonderful participant, and I'm going to ask Jeryse to say something about it.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Yes.
Miss on the spot.
Yes, I have been implementing the 12-week year, and it has been very beneficial in keeping me focused on what my goals are that I want to accomplish with my business, with my life. And because, or due to the fact, however you want to look at it, that I get to meet with David and the group for the accountability, it holds me right there on that path to pay attention to what my goals were, to be honest about what I did or did not get accomplished on those goals that week, and just keep moving forward. And I do feel like it has really helped me to really get some things accomplished rather than just continually thinking, I would like to do XYZ. I'm going to do XYZ. I haven't started XYZ, but I would like to do XYZ.
Absolutely. And Pearl and Wendy are also participants. And I just put the invitation out to EE members. You'll be really surprised at how effective you can be in 12 weeks when you have people supporting you and challenging you. So thank you, Scott, for that time. I don't know where he went, but
I'm right here. I just,
okay, all right.
you know, life gets in the way of business sometimes, and business in the way of life. My gardener is knocking on my door, so I apologize for that, folks.
Again? My goodness.
I know, it's just one of those things. What are you going to do?
You know,
Okay.
it seems like that gardener's at his house every day.
Well, if you saw what my wife and daughter were growing in the backyard, you'd know. Wendy can relate. And by the way, it's all legal stuff, so I'll leave it at that.
Wow. Okay.
Well, you know,
sideways very quick.
Marijuana is legal now, so.
Yeah, but I don't know. Well, okay, I'm definitely not going down that path.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeryse. Keep me on track. The next thing that I want to talk about is I did a RMB, which is a Rotary Means Business meeting. Jeryse, I have no idea who that is, but let's let them in and we'll figure it out.
Already did.
Okay, thank you. So Rotary Means Business, it's at this place called the Barking Bodega, or the Barking Dog Bodega. It's in Tempe. Look at Pearl. She's like, what is that? They have like a cafe, meeting space that's, you know, pretty cool. But best of all, green and lake, and they have access to it all. I just referred Elizabeth from Tents and Events because she's not happy with her tent person. And lo and behold, she said, Brandy, Pearl, Jeryse, she's looking for a planner to manage their events. So there you go.
Where,
What
well,
are
I
the
just want to check it
crossroads?
out, but where, what are the major cross streets?
I'm major cross streets. It's like in the middle of nowhere. McKellips and McKinley, maybe.
Okay, that's why. I was like,
That's
how have I
she's
not
like,
seen?
who lives over there? Nobody. It's truly in the middle of nowhere. But suffice to say, let's check it out and see if we can have some events there. It might even be a space for us to have in-person meetings. Ooh,
You'll
okay.
have fun there.
Squirrel.
All right. All right.
Not if
Well,
it's that far out, y'all. If it's in
Well,
the middle of
Thank
nowhere,
you.
you're not gonna
See,
have
this is why
anybody coming.
Brandy and I are friends. I do the facial expressions and she gives you the words.
exactly.
If it's Tempe on McKellips somewhere, that's not too far from me, and I'm near freeways.
See, there you
So-
go. Yeah, it's just on the other side. Let's see, it's west of the 101, not your 101, Brandy. It's west of the 101 and it's north of the 202, and that'll help you get an approximation of where
Sounds
it
like
is.
it's super close to my house. I'm gonna scope this place out.
Okay, super. Well, let me introduce you to her before you go so that you'll have a warm intro
Oh,
to it.
yeah, introduce her to me too, because I always like checking out new places.
Well,
and-
okay, I guess.
Okay, fine. You don't have to. I have a sparkling personality all of my own.
And Pearl, if you don't know me by now, we are so in trouble. Okay.
She does not need you to make that introduction. Thank you very much. You don't
she
want
can
to
do it on her own. Thank you, Brandy. See, again, Brandy voicing what Pearl is thinking.
Pearl is thinking, you know what? I was being kind and asking you for the intro, but I'll just go do it myself.
Wow. Jeryse, should I move on?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we ready to talk about send out cards?
Almost, because this
Okay.
has been a long-winded, fun talking notes section that everybody got involved in. Sean, Eric, and I did multiple open houses at the main event in Avondale on your side of town, Pearl and Brandy. And the young lady was so thrilled with us. And when I say us, I do mean Sean and me, and Sarah also brought out some characters there as well, that she introduced me to the main event in Gilbert. And I did an open house for them last night, one of my 2 events that I did yesterday, and they were thoroughly thrilled. I'm looking forward to introducing that property to Ensemble and all of us. I don't think they need planners. Sorry, ladies, that's for another time. But they need the rest of us for sure, and that would include suites, Miss Priscilla. So I will be making some introductions. In the meantime, let us now move on and talk about send out cards. To say that it needs no introduction is really not fair. If you know send out cards, you don't. If you're using send out cards, you might. But the truth is, it is so much more than just a card service. And if you're just using it for that purpose, then I respectfully, I think you're missing the boat. And it's one of the reasons why I invited Jeryse here today to talk to us about send out cards. And I'm really, really excited to share my screen and let you folks hear all that Jeryse has to share and say about send out cards. And I know that she's pretty in the flow, so we're going to leave the chat open. Jeryse, are you comfortable with questions before, during, or after, or do you want to hold off until after? What is your preference?
Let's go with the flow.
Go with the flow. I like that. Okay, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome, hands in the air like you care, for Jeryse Kelly.
Good morning. Thank you, everyone. I love seeing all those hands waving around. As Scott said, my name is Jeryse Kelly. I am with MJK Events, Wedding and Event Planning. However, I utilize send out cards. Oh, that is not the right beginning slide, but that's okay. It looks like it's saved wrong, and that's fine. Send out cards. It is not whatever that said brain breaks. it helps put your brain together.
I only shared what you gave me.
I
But
know,
okay.
it like stopped me there. Anyways, we're going with the flow. Send out cards. I do utilize it with my friends, with my family to stay in touch with them, but I also utilize it with my business associates, and hopefully that's you guys. Hopefully you've all received some sort of card or postcard from me. So a little bit about how I got into send out cards is I used to love making cards. Thanks, Scott. And Deborah was holding up a card earlier too, so thank you for that. Oh, he's got many cards. Yes. Anyways, I used to love making cards and sending cards to my friends, but what would happen is a birthday would come up, I would either not have the card, but have postage, and then time would pass and then I'd forget, and then it would be afterwards. Or it could be vice versa. Well, now with send out cards, it doesn't matter because it's all together wrapped up in one cute little package that I can do on my computer late at night when those spots seem to cross my mind when I should be winding down for bed. But then it's, oh, I forgot somebody's birthday. So I can walk right over to my computer, or if you're bent this way, like probably Pearl, you could do it on your phone as well, or a tablet. I just prefer my computer, and get that card sent in the middle of the night. So the way that I utilize it also is to express gratitude to those people that I had listed earlier, the friends, the family, business associates. After I have a one-to-one with someone or FaceTime, depending on what group I'm with, I will send a postcard that says, you know, thank you for connecting, look forward to collaborating again in the future. And it's a card that I have saved in my send out card system so that I can just keep reusing it. And I don't have to keep recreating it. I also, at the end of an event, I will send a thank you card along with some pictures from the event to the team players that made that event happen. I will also send a large card similar to what we were just talking about. I'll create that for my clients and include pictures. So it's almost like a mini scrapbook for my clients, because what I'm really into is capturing, creating, and saving those memories. So I will utilize my send out cards. While I'm don't switch slide shut. But while I'm talking about send out cards, we do have different size options, which I've kind of been talking about a little bit. So we have a postcard size, we have a flat card size, which is a 5x7, but it's just one panel that comes in an envelope. Then we have the traditional 2-panel card, and then the 3-panel card, and then the granddaddy of them all, the 8x10 big card.
And Jeryse, without getting into the weeds, they are all different price points, correct?
No, the only one,
No.
well, there's 2 different price points. So a postcard is going to be, yes, a lower price than a card that comes in an envelope. So a flat card, 2-panel or 3-panel. And then those 3 cards are all the same price, same postage price. And then the granddaddy card, the big daddy, that is an additional $1.50 for the card, and then whatever that extra is for the postage. So there's basically 3 different price points. But then also, depending on what subscription plan you're on, that also changes up what I'll call the everyday price of a card. So depending on your subscription plan, then the price is lower per card.
Yeah, but it still is less expensive than having to drive to the mall, go to a Hallmark store or the market or wherever it is that you get greeting cards, Walmart, and then look through all of these cards and try and find one that expresses the sentiment that you want because somebody else wrote it. and somebody else pick the picture. But instead, you're in control. You get to pick the picture. You get to write the message inside, and it's totally personalized from you.
Correct. And if you enjoy some help with those design options, Send Out Cards does have some cards that are pre-designed, and they have layouts that you can use for the inside to add your pictures or picture in a message. Some of the cards are blank on the inside. Some cards already have messages inside, and all that you would need to do is go in and add your signature. If you want to be real deep into the design world, like I like to get at times, I will utilize Canva. And for those that were in the meeting previously with Miss Pearl, you were introduced to the wonders of Canva, but you can create a panel in Canva with your pictures, with your verbiage, matching colors, changing up fonts, and then save that as a picture file, upload that into the Send Out Card system, and put that into or on the front of a card, because we do also offer blank card options where you could design from start to finish if you choose.
And thanks for letting me jump in here. Pearl might know, and since we have For the Love of Canva Pearl here, and she did such a great job last week, as you said, if you don't know, we can bounce to her and find out. But I'm curious, they were talking about the sizing. Pearl was talking about the sizing so that things fit perfectly, whether it's for Instagram or for your phone or for Facebook or whatever. Is there such a feature for Send Out Cards, for the cards to also fit the right sizing?
All you would need to know is the size of the card, and all of our cards that come in a standard envelope. So the flat card, the 2-panel, and the 3-panel, all of those panel sizes are 5 by 7. Or if you want to do landscape style, then it would be 7 by 5. And then the big card is an 8 by 10 size, and postcard, I'm not certain, but I would just do that as a regular
It's this
regular
size.
picture size. Yeah. It's a little bit small. Yeah, thank you, Sean. It's a little bit smaller than the flat panel. See, here's the
Right.
postcard out front. It's a
I
little bit
think
smaller.
it's a 4 by 6, but
Is
don't
it 4
quote me
by
on that.
6? We won't quote her, but we'll take that under evaluation there. And so the cards itself, the other great thing about the cards is that they come in a size that can go directly into a frame, such as this. Our good friend Preston Mann, he sent this card to me, and on the back, his message was, "Frame this." That's all it said. So I put it in a frame, and it's on my desk here.
Very nice.
Yes, the other thing that I like to do, I guess I shouldn't say should, but I would strongly encourage everyone to celebrate accomplishments. When you're scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through Instagram, and you see someone has taken the time to make a post about whatever it is, they got a new dog, their child started school, oh, it was a birthday, it was an anniversary, a baptism, whatever it is that they're celebrating, you can take that picture and put it on a card with a short little message and send it to them. And on the back of the card is where we strongly encourage everyone with a business to do marketing for their business. So you can have your logo, yep, your logo, whatever your tagline, contact information is, and a picture that comes to someone, or a card that comes to someone with a picture and a fun sentiment. I will get to that in just a minute. They are more likely to save that card and that sentiment than they will a Facebook message, even possibly an email or a text message that comes through that's congratulating them on something. There's so much messaging that is coming through that it just gets lost in the weeds. So if you can do it as a card with a picture, it's gonna stick around longer and they will remember you even longer. Scott was trying to remind me and show you about how I utilize, thank you, Sean, about how I utilize QR codes now. and do that. And there's a QR code generator online that's free. Thank you, Sean. He's showing it for me. That you can create that QR code online, save it as a picture file, and then upload it into send out cards or upload it anywhere that you would like to place it. And they can scan that and get easy access to you as well.
And in regards to QR codes, I know it's with the Apple phone, but probably with most smartphones, all you do is turn on your camera and the QR code reader is built into the camera. So when you try to take a picture, all of a sudden the little square things come up, you get it squared and boom. Instead of snapping a picture, it pops up a thing that says, and it'll take you to wherever the QR code wants you to go.
Correct. You don't have to take the picture of the QR code. Just allow it to start to grasp that image, and then almost like a notification will come across the top of your phone, and you just touch that notification and it opens right up to the website or your website.
And just in brief, what
Thank you, Pearl.
what Jeryse is referring to here about the accomplishments is what I refer to as just because. It's great to wish somebody happy birthday and happy anniversary, and I do that all day long. But the truth is, you're one of many. I mean, you know, if you have somebody who has 100 friends on Facebook, or like me, 5,000 friends on Facebook, the number of messages is so extraordinary. You can't even respond to them without Facebook getting you in and put into jail. So doing it just because means it's out of the blue. You're one of one, because few, if nobody, is going to do it.
That is correct, Scott. And thank you for adding that. We work well together.
We're a good team. Are you ready for the ease of use?
Of course.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
always ready, Scott.
well, then let's talk about that.
Let's do it. Ease of use. So once you get into the send out card system, like I said, there are pre-designed cards that you can utilize. And there's also the option of starting with a build your own. You can import your contacts into the send out card system so that you don't have to type it in one by one, but you can import them in using a CSV file from an Excel program. And once you get them uploaded into the send out card system, then you can go through and create groups. Like I have a group in my system that's called Event Ensemble. Yes. And whenever I do a FaceTime with someone from Event Ensemble, or I send some other card and it's an Event Ensemble person, they will land in that group. And when I might do a large, it's called a group send, all I have to do once the card is designed is to go in and select that group name, and then it will auto-populate however many people I have in that group, and send it to them all with one more click of the button, which is the ready to send button. One more thing to add when you're inputting your contacts is you can include special dates, anniversaries, birthdays, spouses, names and birthdays, children, if you wanted to go even that far into that contact. And send out cards is so wonderful, and they want
How wonderful is it?
They are so wonderful that they want you to celebrate these people. And so if you have a special date input on that contact, it will send you a notice, probably I think it's like around 3 weeks ahead of time, that special date is coming up. Do you want to send a card? There's a button right in that email notice that comes to you, ready to send a card, and you click it and it takes you to the send out card system, and you can do your card. You can create cards and schedule them to be sent at a later date, so you don't have to wait until the week of to go in and send it. You can do it a year in advance if you'd like, and schedule a year out if that is your desire. I don't do that because I might change my mind as to what I want the card to say really as it gets closer. So I don't do a year out in advance.
So that's why I got a notice from Send Out Cards that said it's Jeryse Kelly's twins' birthday.
That is. Yes, they turned 27 last week, you guys. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it, but I can believe it because I've lived through it. At the time when they were first born, I didn't ever think that I would ever make it to this time of life, but I have, and it's been awesome. But yes, that's why you got to notice. Lillian and Taylor turned 27 on September 12th.
Well, congratulations.
Why, thank you, Scott. It is an accomplishment, right?
Yes, yes, I totally agree.
I think, oh, the other thing that I wanted to add as far as ease of use. So you can create your card at any time during the day. It sits in what is called a queue. And if you have any changes that you want to make to that card, you can go into your card history and pull up that card and make whatever change you want to make to that card up until, I'll say, 5:58 Arizona time, because at 6 p.m. Arizona time, they shut the system down, so to speak, and pull all of those cards and start that printing and stuffing and adding postage process for them to go out the next morning. And they pull those cards Sunday through Friday. So they take Friday night and Saturday night off, basically.
And for those of you in doubt of the health of the US postal system, Send Out Cards has saved the US postal system.
I have personally helped to save the postal system, yes. I think last month I sent 120 cards
Wow.
in 1 month. I like to, stay in touch. I'm here. It's good to see you. Glad things are going well. Or I'm sorry you're going through whatever your situation is. I'm here for you. Let's continue meeting. Let's keep collaborating. That was a really fun event that we did together. These are some images. Let's do it again next year.
So I see this is your next slide. Are you going here?
Okay.
Are you? Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Look,
Okay.
Notice QR code. Look at that.
Right. There it
Talk
is.
about it, and I do it. And now you get to utilize it. If you would like to try to use the system and send a free card, it could be a 2-panel card, a flat card, or a postcard for free on me,
Wow.
scan that QR code, and as Scott would say, give it a whirl. And whenever I think that, I'm always like, give it a whirl, Pearl.
See, and she said what I was thinking.
So I hope everyone will go at some point today, preferably. If not today, then tomorrow. And try using the Send Out card system. It is I think it's very easy, very user-friendly. If you get stuck, you can always reach out to me, ask questions. There is a bot, I guess that's what it would be called, within Send Out Cards that you can click on and ask questions, and they're there, up until 6 o'clock at night and ready to give nice, happy answers, and they're very, very pleasant people.
Wonderful.
So yes.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Like this slide says, it's an easy, cost efficient, which we didn't get too deep in the woods about the cost efficiency way to express gratitude and to stay connected with people. And I'm sure you're all wondering, what is the cost? What is the cost? Again, like we had mentioned earlier, it is based on your subscription. So if you are not on a subscription, then it could be $2.75 a card plus postage, which is still less than going to the grocery store and getting a card. It can go all the way down to $1.75 a card plus postage. Again, less than going to the grocery store. Maybe not as budget friendly as going to, say, the dollar store. However, I will say that our paper, our cardstock that we print on is a nicer quality, thicker quality. Yes. And so $1.75 plus postage. Or if you're on the plan like I am, it's less than that. So again, if you have questions, please reach out to me. I know that we have some people online right now that do use send out cards, and I would love to hear from them. And I had previously asked Sandra if she would open up her mic and speak about it.
I like send out cards because when I do send to family, I have a lot of pictures from way back when, and I can upload those pictures and put those in. So if I'm sending to one of my cousins, I can send them a picture of when we were young, like, children, to, an event in our adulthood. And I really think that makes a difference. And especially when I've had to send out sympathy cards because of family having passed away, and I can say, and this is what I remember, and I get to tell a story. And I think that that's a lot better than, with sympathy on the loss of your loved one that you would get from the store. I've been amazed at how many times when I want to send a card to somebody, happy birthday, or, and they don't do happy birthday nephew, happy birthday niece, happy birthday, you can't find those that make it more specific. Send out cards does that. They do it easy. I like what Jeryse said. Yeah, you can do it any time of day and then you're done, one and done. And I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to go to numerous stores because somebody didn't have it. And I know it's an extremely quality card. And again, like Jeryse said, she is available. And when I am not the most computer savvy person. And my husband can only fix my computer, not necessarily tell me certain things I can do with it. And Jeryse has always been there to answer those questions. So without a doubt, you're the best.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you. Sean, I know that I didn't talk to you ahead of time, but can you talk about, is he frozen? Oh, he's moving. Can you talk about?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, thank you.
No. I've just enjoyed receiving them. I have 4 or 5 of them here that you've sent me over the past few months. I think our first one was when we met online here at one of these meetings. And then this was the party that we did together with those photos. That's really nice. I like the idea of using the photos. And then, of course, the thank you
Did you
card.
get the same photos as I did?
The postcard. Yeah, Scott, the same photos. Yep. My favorite card, though, the thank you card, of course. I like postcards because I send out postcards myself, and I have a design for my own postcards that I send. But this is my favorite. You guys read that? I am one with the force is with me. So you heard me say that as a quip, and then you put it on the card. And when I received this, I was like, oh my gosh. So it's a 2-panel stuff, and it just says, keep this card around. So I do. I have it right up here on my shelf here. So that's nice. Thank you, Jeryse. I'm going to check out. I'll check out the website. I like the idea, but I like sending cards too. I have the only thing I can't really think about with this is I like to handwrite my cards. I like to practice my handwriting style.
Sean.
And I have different signatures for different things, but I did notice on these, because I checked these, that you do have some nice signature files. And I guess with Canva, as I learned Canva and get up to speed with you guys, I like how you were able to do your signature here as a different type of font in regards to this. So it looked a little more natural, organic, or
Sean,
real.
Sean, I
So-
got to tell you, Jeryse is just biting her tongue. She can't wait to tell you about.
You can upload your own font into the system. We have, there's a program and you write out letter by letter and 4 signatures. You can include 4 signatures. It gets uploaded into your system. And instead of choosing one of the fonts that they have, you can click on personal and you can type out your message and it will be in your font. And like I said, they have the 4 signatures as well. Thank you, Scott. Yes, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to tell him. I can't wait.
Yeah, in your handwriting, Sean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll
So
check it
I
out.
guess I'll have to send you a card, Sean, with my handwriting inside.
I might, it might already be in one of these, but so what happens when I go to sendoutcards.com/you/Jeryse? And if I were to sign up through that, do you get some sort of bonus credit or something?
Well, I do because I also have Send Out Cards as a business and I'm an affiliate with Send Out Cards. So yes, people that signed up underneath me, I do receive commission based on what they send.
Cool.
So thank you for asking that. Looks like Pearl has a question.
She does.
I didn't know that you could upload your own font. And I was wondering, how do you go about doing that? So that's fantastic.
I can send you a link so that you can get the form to fill out. And you, like I said, you write each letter, characters in, and your signature, and then it gets uploaded into the system.
So it's not something I can pull from my account? It's
You,
different.
yes, you can. It's probably under the business resource area.
Okay.
Or if you also, once you're in your account, I think you might also see it if you click on pricing. And that's where it shows like the different subscriptions. I think if you scroll down, there's a section for some of those extra items.
Got it. I will check it out. Thank you.
My favorite font story is almost identical to what Sean was saying. Well, I like to send my own personal card with my own personal font. And it's funny because those people, when they hear that you can do your own personal font with Send Out Cards, they still don't sign up. And that's not the worst of it. The worst of it is they don't actually send cards. So they say that the reason that they wouldn't use Send Out Cards is because of the service feature that they already have solved. And it just, trust me, you want to boom for your business? This is it.
One of the slides that we missed kind of was
Did I,
on,
was it this
it
one?
was in the wrong order on marketing, and you don't need to necessarily go to that slide, but that's okay. We're here. Marketing opportunities. So what I do within my business is I have some cards that are already pre-designed, like I said, sitting in my system, that when someone reaches out inquiring about my business, I have a postcard that I send to them. Thank you for inquiring. Here are different ways to for us to connect and chat, or this is what's going to be happening next. And then I also have a 3-panel card that has my planning infographics inside, just as another way for them to remain in contact, or me to remain in contact with them, but also to demonstrate some of my expertise without giving all of it away. So I've used, and I've also, even with participating in the online bridal show with Brandy, I had created a card inviting the previous online bridal show community to the following bridal show committee or community. So you can use it that way instead of like purchasing brochures that sit on your shelf. You could create it as a card and have it sit in your computer and then send out to people. If you need to do bulk purchasing of the cards, you can, you have to order in lots of 25, and then they will send you the cards, send you the envelopes, and then if you had something that you wanted to insert into the card, then you could utilize the system that way as well. So those are
Okay.
just some of the marketing ideas. Are we
Jeryse,
going to do a picture so I can send a
you
card?
can tell because I took my glasses off. All right. So everybody on camera who wants to be on camera, otherwise I'm going to Photoshop you in. Oh, look at you. Looking good. All right. And Brandy, I'll figure it out. David disappeared. Oh, there's David. Okay. On three with me. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. Somebody is texting while I'm trying to take a picture. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hands up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Now, along with that, I need addresses because I don't have addresses for all of the people that I see online here. So please input your address. And if you don't want everybody on this call to get your address, you can do it separately to me. But we should be all safe here. But I'll still leave that up to you. It's personal decision.
You know, okay. I know I'm like off on the deep end here, but I want to just jump in real quick and talk about some things that planners could really use and appreciate in regards to send out cards. And Jeryse, you and I have spoke about this. I'm not sure how much of this you're doing or not doing, but please feel free to jump in and tell me where I go wrong or if I'm barking up the right tree. I'm not suggesting that we get into the wedding invitation business, but how powerful is it if you're the event planner and you can now send an invitation to the guests from Send Out Cards? Even more powerful if you're Jeryse Kelly and you're doing Send Out Cards as a business to invite your client to join the business for you. I mean, with you, as opposed to underneath you. Go ahead, Jeryse. I see you.
I will be seen. So yes, you can utilize it for invitations. It would really depend on the couple and what their design aesthetic is and how formal or informal they really want to be.
But save the date, yes.
So I do have it as part of my planning packages that they would receive a certain package with send out cards for a certain amount of time. And I do let them know that they can use that for save the dates. They can use it for thank yous. They could use it for bridal shower invitations. They could use it for we've moved. They could use it for their first Christmas card that they send out together as a couple. They could also use it for, oh, we're having a baby.
Yes.
So there's many different options depending on where they're at in their life that they can use the send out cards. And so, yes, I do. Like I said, I do have that within my packages. Yes, because here's the thing. Once you gather all those addresses to send out an invitation for a wedding, and this is my own personal feeling, I feel that if they're close enough to you that you want to invite them like that to a wedding, that you would want to try to stay in touch with them after the fact. So get them uploaded into the send out card system and continue that connection after you have received your wedding gift.
So if the client says yes, that they want to do this with you, Jeryse, you can do that. But at the same time, if they say, no, I'm not interested in doing it myself, but can you send the cards on my behalf? And the answer is?
The answer would be yes.
And that allows you as the planner to send the guests a thank you, you know, that's on behalf of the couple, but at the same time promoting you. And if you can gather any additional information from them, such as birthdays, anniversaries, or other things like, you know, Facebook relationships, then you can continue to stalk them. I mean, send them a card.
We can continue to stay connected.
Right, stay connected, not stalk. Okay, got it.
Yes.
And Deborah, your art is like screaming to be shared this way.
Thank you. Yes, if my focus was my stuff, but I've looked into send out cards and I do my black and whites to be colored on, and I tried it and there's no covering. There's a covering on those cards and it's not cohesive to the art.
You're talking about the gloss, right? The glossy? Okay.
Yeah, I would have been using it a long, long time ago, but there's a covering. And my focus isn't sending this, my finished pieces. My focus is for the user to use it for them.
So can I jump in here? So
Yeah.
I know that your focus is on the unfinished piece, but those that attend your event and work on that finished piece, you can take a picture of that finished piece and send it to them, thanking them for whatever. And you could still do, have you tried like the Sharpies? Because I think I've used Sharpies on them.
They're okay. Yeah. I have.
Okay.
A certain marker does work, but
We do also have 2 other different types of paper. There is an upcharge for those. I haven't ever used them. There's a satin and there is satin and
Well, I'm going to help you out. The satin won't
Thank you.
work.
It's a
I already
pearl.
know that for sure.
Pearl.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Pearl. For
Pearl, is it pearl?
It really is. I've used the pearl gloss. It's ironic, I know.
Yeah,
But the
neither
moment
of
you
those
put
will
any
work.
kind of coating, it won't work.
Okay,
It has to
but,
be a matte paper.
but what about the inside? The inside is not glossy like the outside.
Does it have a shine? Because it looks like it
No.
has a slight shine on it. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't
not
know if
like
it's
not like the outside.
right. But so I did a lot of painting for a long time.
I see you,
That
Deborah.
was part of my world. The moment it has even just a little bit of a shine, it truly has to be a matte paper because she uses oils and oil colors and everything. It literally will just wipe itself off.
So Deborah, maybe it's less about them having something to actually do.
Yeah.
And maybe it's more just a before and after.
yeah,
In this case, before and after.
yeah, absolutely. Maybe.
Just
Yeah.
some thoughts.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Does anybody
I
else
will-
have questions? Yes, Pearl.
I don't have questions, but I will say for a send out card that
Yeah.
my favorite is the 5x7 card. The one, because you can put stuff on the front and back, but it goes into an envelope. And so I like the presentation of that, especially if you don't have a lot to say, or you don't have a lot you want to say, shall I state. This is a great way to still say something meaningful without feeling like you have to fill out a lot of pages.
Mhm. Jeryse, that was a total Vanna moment. I got to tell you, though. Outstanding.
They do have holiday cards and they seem to incorporate a lot of different holidays. So don't be scared about it just being the traditional Christian holidays. They do have
Kwanzaa,
non-Christian.
Ramadan.
I
Today
didn't
is
want
Yom
to go into
Kippur.
yeah, I didn't want to go into specifics because I didn't want to possibly leave somebody out. So thank you.
I was surprised to see Wendy here today. Half the Jewish population in Event Ensemble said, "What? You're having a meeting? It's Yom Kippur. What's the matter with you?"
Well, my online service starts at 10, so I was ready for you guys at 9, and I am fasting, so didn't have to worry about that, just the birds. And actually last night I was joined by the birds, one under my shirt and one on my shoulder. So,
Well, thank you for joining us.
good yontif.
And you too. Happy Yontif. Okay. Closing thoughts, Jeryse, about send out cards or anything else on your mind?
Just reach out and stay connected with friends, family, business associates, your clients. Express gratitude. We need a lot of gratitude being expressed. And so even if you say it verbally, please take a moment to send a little happiness in the mail. People like to receive things other than just a bill or about some ad for window services. So send something happy in the mail.
I always like to remind people that if every time you reach out to someone via mail or email or phone, if all you want to do is sell, every time you reach out to them, all you want to do is sell you, man, that's a quick sign that they're going to just go away. You need to reach out to them for reasons other than you, because it's those other reasons that will ingratiate you to them when they're ready to buy. Pearl and then David.
Couple of One, if you send me mail, it's best to let me know because I truly never check my mailbox. Just letting you know.
There are
So
those people. Yes, there are some people that.
I just thought I'll just put it out there to let everyone know that
Wow.
I am that person. It was bad one time where they thought I had moved and forgot to tell them. And so they stopped delivering my mail. I had to get it reinstated. So just let
Wow.
me know. But two, specifically, to send a card, can you still send gifts with the cards?
Yes.
And that
thank
was just
you
a
for
teaser
asking.
question because I already knew the answer.
Yeah, I know that you knew the answer, but thank you. Yes, we do have a gift store. You can go in and select gifts, and there's different price points. There's different items, whether it's food, whether it's like, for lack of a better term right now, some sort of like souvenir type gift. There's books, all different types of things, different price points. And yes, you can attach it to the card that you're sending, and it will all come together in the mail. And again, you're doing this from the comfort of your home in your jammies, if you so desire. And you can, again, show gratitude, stay connected with people.
Mhm. David, let me just interrupt here for a quick second. A rose by any other name is still a rose. And Send Out Cards is in the process right now of a name change. So you may come across Preston or other Send Out Card representatives who have moved to Greener Still. And that is their new over umbrella arching for a whole myriad variety, a plethora of different products. But Send Out Cards is still their, primary thing. And as far as I'm concerned, as a business owner, it's the one that can best benefit who we are and what we do. David, take it away.
Well, thank you for calling me a rose.
She's not here today.
If you're a business owner and you are not using Send Out Cards to stay in touch with your clients and prospects, you're missing the boat. Because depending on how many clients and prospects you have, for less than $100 a month, you can be in their mailbox. And you can design postcards, and you can set it all up so it goes out once a week, twice a month, whatever. But you're staying in front of your prospects so that when they need you, they think of you. The best thing that Send Out Cards does for small business owners is have that available. So thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
that, David.
you. Yes, thank you for saying that. And that does bring up about, they do have campaigns that you can utilize, whether you build your own campaign or you can purchase a campaign. And like he was saying, you can schedule these cards to go out within a certain interval based on how you set up that campaign.
What is purchase a campaign? What is that?
Where they have pre-designed some cards based on business industry to remain in contact with your client
Like
list over
attorneys,
like
dentists, realtors? And does it relate to what you do as a realtor, or does it relate to who you're sending it to as a realtor, by way of example?
Both. They have some that could be either direction or both. Yes. And they also have some campaigns that are what I'll call just like general, want to stay in touch with whomever throughout the year. Bye, Linda.
Thanks, I appreciate that. And don't let Pearl's position that she doesn't go to the mailbox scare you. A marketing organization in the Midwest told me that the best way to communicate with an audience is via mail because it's so underused and so reasonably priced.
There
Well,
are
if
those
it's
people.
personalized.
Oh, always, Pearl,
There was a
always.
key part that you mentioned,
well,
like if it's
but
personal, is yes,
there you go.
because to your point, most people don't use the mail. So if you use it, I'm just letting you know that's just me personally.
Well,
And I've had people send me stuff and I didn't see it for another month and a half. I'm like, oh, you're just not getting it. I was like, you need to let me know. My friends have learned.
Can we
I'm
all
probably
agree?
one of
Can we
those.
all agree that Pearl is unique? So don't judge what you're doing based on Pearl.
I'm probably one of those that sent her something and didn't know to give her the heads up, and she found it later on. But that's okay. She still found it, and she was touched by me when it was her time, not
was a
my time,
pleasant-
but it
pleasant
was
surprise.
in her time. Yes. And for those that are concerned about, you know, how the writing is or whatever, I just always think it's better for them to receive something than nothing. And so if you're gonna wait to supposedly do a card because you want to handwrite it, but you don't have the card, or you do have the card and now you don't have the postage, and then you got to go to the mailbox, it's better for them to receive something, whether it's pre-printed or not, than nothing.
A typo is actually a great conversation opener. If you accidentally say the wrong thing or misspell something, they'll let you know. And that opens the conversation, which of course is the whole purpose of the card, is to open a conversation, that it leads to business at some point. And the conversation is the first step.
Correct. I agree. Thank you,
Okay.
Scott.
Thank you, Jeryse, for a great presentation. I'm so like, wow, it was so good. I don't got to get back to my emceeing skills here. Thanks everybody for joining us here at Event Ensemble, and we will see you next month. Whoa, baby, do we have a surprise for you the first Thursday in October. It's not on the calendar yet, so stay tuned. But the presenter, interview, conversation, next Thursday we meet, which is the first Thursday of October. It's going to be a good one. And we'll
Wow,
see you
that was
there.
quite a teaser. I can't wait.